In this beginner Excel tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do addition in Excel. So there's a few different ways that we can do this. I'm going to show doing basic addition, I'm going to show using the sum function, and I'm going to show you how to AutoSum in Excel. So if you are new to Excel and just starting out and want to know how to do basic addition, this video is for you. So in this example, I have my spreadsheet open and I have different products as well as the sales for different months. And so what I'm going to do is basic addition to add the sales together for the different months. So there's a few different ways we can do this. The first way is by using the cell references in our formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in this cell, and what I'm going to do is add together the January and February sales for this product here. And so what I'm going to do is type in the cell, I'm going to type equals, and then I'm going to type the cell address. So B2 plus C2. So you can see that these are now highlighted. So the blue cell reference is highlighted in blue, and the red cell reference is highlighted in red. Then I'm going to press enter on my keyboard, and those two cells were added together. Now, once you have this formula set up, all you need to do is copy and paste this, and it will repeat the formula down any additional cells where you have data. So that is one way to add in Excel. Instead of typing the cell references manually, you can also just click, which is oftentimes the easier method. So here I'm going to start the formula the same way. I'm going to type the equal sign, and then instead of typing the cell, I'm just going to click the cell. And then I have my plus symbol, and I click the next cell that I want added together. And same thing, if you want to repeat this formula, you can repeat it down for any additional values that you want to add together. Now, if you're new to Excel, it's also important to know that the values that you're using in your formula do not need to exist on the same sheet. So maybe I also have a value on a different sheet that I want to add. So I'm going to add my plus symbol here, and then I'm going to click into the next sheet and click on this value, and this will now add this other value into my formula. So your values do not need to exist in the same sheet. You can include values from other sheets in your formula. So that is the first way to add. Another option that you have is using the sum formula. So to do this, I'm going to click on the cell where I want the formula to calculate, and then I'm going to type the equals symbol and type sum. Then what I'm going to do is press tab on my keyboard, and we can now begin entering these arguments into the formula. So what you can do here is, again, you can type the cell references. So maybe I want to sum from B2 to B5. And then I'm going to close out my formula with this closing parentheses and type enter on my keyboard. And that has summed my data. So you can see it's summing this range. Now another option you have for using the sum formula is just clicking. So I'm going to click here and hold and then drag down, and this includes this cell range in my formula. So same thing, if I also want to sum this column, since I've set the formula up already, if I copy and paste this and move it into column C, it's going to copy the same range but move over one into column C. So that is the sum formula. Now another option that you have if you don't want to manually type out the sum formula is there is AutoSum in Excel. So if you come up here into the toolbar, you can click on this AutoSum, and what this is going to do is it's going to automatically sense a range that Excel believes is the range that you want to sum. So if I click on this cell and I select AutoSum, you can see it senses that I most likely want to sum up this range, and so it includes that in the formula. So we can do it over here. I'm going to click AutoSum again, and it sensed that I most likely want to sum up this range, and so it includes that in the formula. Now if I come over here and do it, it's sensing this is the most likely range that I want to sum, and so it already includes that in the formula without me manually having to type it. So those are 3 different ways to do addition in Excel. You can either add cells together manually, you can use the sum function, or you can use this AutoSum tool in the toolbar to do your math in Excel. So that is it for this video. I'm going to be covering a lot more tutorials on how to use Excel in the future, so make sure to follow. As always, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or content suggestions, just let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to answer everyone.